why a property plan will make you tens of millions of dollars. So have a think about it. If you don't have a plan, where are you going to be? Where are you going to end up? You know, you hear some of the greatest minds on this planet. You hear some of the greatest athletes. They had a vision, they had a plan, they had a goal of what they were trying to achieve. And they achieved it. So why would you do something completely different from what other successful people have done for hundreds of years? That's the question I ask you. You know, do you think it's important to have a plan? Do you think it's just, you know, you might know people that have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 properties plus. I guess the really successful people that have that income, that have that lifestyle, that have achieved something that not many people have achieved, have had a plan. Some have done it without probably just falling into it and just being persistent, having discipline and keep doing what they have to do, and they've got, you know, had some level of success. And you can't take that away from them. But the ones that are really great at what they do, the greatest of the greatest, okay, they all had a plan. So you can act as a everyday Joe and just do what everyone else in society is doing and just have one property like 75% of Australian investors have, just one investment. You know, if you have 3 or more properties, you're in the 0.04%. But if you want to be like in the 10%, 10 properties, 20 properties, or have an actual 100 grand passive income clear a year coming into your bank account, you're going to have to do something different to what everyone else has just done. The 75% and even the 0.04% of people that have 3 or more. Because to achieve that, you're going to have a plan. You're going to have a goal. You're going to have to understand what type of properties you need. And that plan is going to tell you exactly from the type of property, from the value, from the income, from the expenses, how much it's going to cost you from the acquisition stage, and how it's going to perform year on year out by you tracking it and doing, you know, updates and being an active investor. An active investor is someone that goes out there, is buying properties, is actively looking, is actively learning, is actively always just improving their ability. And what they're doing as well is they're not afraid to take on risk, but that's calculated risk. Take on properties where maybe you can add some value to it. Do renovations, maybe add a granny flat, maybe buy commercial property. You know, do things like that will improve the value of the property. You know, you have that approach and you're an active professional investor. A plan will come in play, and that's a plan that will, you know, you've tailored those properties for that particular reason. Developments or whatever it may be, whatever fits your category of risk and what you want to do, that is something that, you know, there's multiple avenues in property, and that's what you want to do, and that's what you will achieve. So use that to your advantage. Don't go out there and just try to be half-assed and just trying to get things, you know, just buy some property and that's it. You know, I don't only want to buy 1 or 2 and that's it. You know, that's fine. But I say to investors, like, if you want to build wealth, there's no point just getting 1 or 2 properties and that's it. Because at the end of the day, yeah, they might pay themselves off. If you get 1 or 2 residential properties, at the end of the day, yeah, you might have some passive income coming in. Maybe once they're paid off, you might have 40 grand, maybe 50 grand, depending on the rental yield, maybe less. Okay? But really, is it going to change your life? You know, if you're earning 100 grand already now and you're going to get 50 grand in retirement, is that something that's going to be able to, you know, you're going to sustain your life? Is that something that you'll be able to live off and go overseas or go buy presents for families or your grandchildren or whatever it may be when you hit retirement? Maybe not. If you look at inflation, 50 grand today, in the next 20, 30 years, that 50 grand is going to be more like 20 grand, the way it's looking. So a plan is super important. And without a plan, you're just going to go out there stabbing in the dark, not knowing what you're going to do, not knowing what purchase price the property needs to be, you know, not knowing what the yield has to be so it can get you into your next one, not knowing, you know, how much it needs to grow by so you can release equity in a certain amount of time to go again. You know, these are things that you need to factor in. Without a plan, there's no strategy, there's no goal. So please go out there. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have to understand what you need to do. And if you're new to this and you're new to investing, the plan for you is to learn and educate yourself. That is the goal. To learn and educate yourself and understand what you need to do. Speak to your broker. Speak to your buyer's agent if you're using a buyer's agent. I recommend if you don't have one, you speak to one. Reason being, they have the knowledge. They have the understanding. Okay, they do this every single day. They buy property. They understand about strategic planning, especially a good buyer's agent. Speak to your accountant if you're in the right structure. Learn about property. Then you set the goal. Okay, once you've done your education, now I'm going to take action. I'm going to go buy property. I know what sort of property I need to buy. And you've spoken with your broker. You've talked about your personal situation, about your income, about your borrowing capacity. You're borrowing about how many properties you can potentially get, what the yield needs to be so you can get into another property. Do you need growth? Do you need cash flow? Do you need both? You can get both. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives you clarity, and make sure you always have a plan. Don't just go out there stabbing in the dark because you're just going to fail. And it's okay to fail. I welcome failure to everyone, because you only succeed in life if you fail. Okay? You only succeed if you fail, because you get up and you do it again. You get up and you do it again. Okay? And everyone does that. Okay? But minimize the failure by making sure you educate yourself. The most important thing. Okay? So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives you a bit of insight, and hopefully you've learned something new there. And hopefully you take action. A lot of people watch these videos. You want to take action. You'll just go and you'll go home, or you watch this video and you just go back to work, or you go home and you're just going to forget about it. But if you're the one that wants to take action, if you're the one that wants to change your life, you will leave this video and you'll actually do something about it. So go out there and take action.